Okay, I'd like to look at one of your homework problems. I'm going to look at the very first homework problem from this section. And on this homework problem, usually students get confused with this. You can see here's our three equations. And in the first equation, you've got an x, a y, and a z. In the second equation, you have an x, a y, and a z. And in the third equation, we only have an x and a z. And the student said, well, what happened to the y? Well, there just isn't any y on that one. And students get all worked up. Oh, there's no y, there's no y. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I say, relax, because that's actually good news. Because remember, your goal is to pick two equations and eliminate the same variable in each. Well, we're trying to eliminate a variable. Well, guess what? There's no y here. So all we need to do is take the first two equations and eliminate the y. If we can get this, if we can eliminate the y here, we can eliminate that y, then we're going to be able to use the answer from that and our last equation and get our answer quicker. Now, what you need to do is you need to fight the temptation of getting rid of the z here. It looks like the z is the easiest thing to get rid of there because they're just going to cancel. But the problem with that is if we eliminate the z, the answer from these two will have x and y. And then this equation will have x and z, and we still have all three variables, and we don't want that. So let's go ahead, let's number this. This is equation 1, this is equation 2, this is equation 3. Okay, so we're going to take equation 1 and equation 2, and we're going to eliminate the y. So 2x minus y plus z equals -2. And x plus 3y minus z equals 10. Now again, fight the temptation. You are not getting rid of the z. We're going to get rid of the y. Need to get rid of the y there. Okay? So we need to take this equation and we need to multiply through it by 3. So this gets you 6x minus 3y plus 3z equals -2. This one here, we're not going to do anything to. We're just going to rewrite it. X plus 3y minus z equals 10. And look, the y's are going to cancel. How many x's? 7x. How many z's? 2z equals 8. So now this is equation 4 now. It has x and z in it. So this has x and z. Oh, look, equation 3 has x and z. Isn't that lovely? So now I'm going to take equation 3 and combine it with equation 4. So we have x plus 2z equals -8, and 7x plus 2z equals +8. Okay, well, these are very close to canceling. They're just the same sign, so I'm going to multiply this one through by a negative, which makes this a -7x, a -2z, and a -8. If we combine these together, this is going to get you -6x. Those cancel, equals, this is -16. Okay. So now what do we got here? Looks like we've got a mistake. What is the mistake, Mr. Renow? Mr. Renow has made a mistake, and let's see if we can find it quickly here. That's 8, that's 4. Oh my, what did Mr. Renow do wrong? This is supposed to be a 4. Oh, Mr. Renow, see here, this is supposed to be a -6. which makes this a positive 4, which makes this here a positive 4, which then makes this a 12. There is a great, that was actually good that I made that mistake. This is a very common mistake. Remember, you need to multiply this by every single term. And I missed that one right there, which then changed this number, that number, and this number. So now what's x equal? X equals 2. Okay? And that's the kind of thing you're going to have to watch for. Very common mistake. I forgot to multiply that term by 2. Okay? Now, I know x is 2. Now I'm home free, because now I just plug back. I could probably plug in equation 3 there. So if I plug into equation 3, x is 2. So this is 2 plus 2z equals negative 8. So 2z equals, subtract 2, you get negative 10. So z equals negative 5. So now I know what z is. And now I just plug back into an equation that has y. How about I plug into the second equation there? Second equation, I've got x, which is 2, plus 3y, minus negative 5, so that's actually plus 5, equals 10. So then this is 3y, combine this up, you get plus 7, equals 10. So 3y equals, subtract, you get 3, so y equals 1. And there's your solution. And Mr. Renau made a mistake. Mr. Renau found his mistake and showed you how easy it is. You would just erase that number, this number, that number, and this number, and now we are all squared away.